when the next American Idol becomes president, because I don't know if you all notice the same thing I do, but I think we have a problem with voter apathy in this country, and I'm not okay with it. So I'm going to give you a quick 5-minute lesson on how to improve that. So let's get started. We're getting a D when it comes to voter turnout in our presidential elections. That's right, the last 3 presidential elections, we've had less than a 65% voter turnout rate. That sucks. And the common reasons for not voting in these elections, according to the Census Bureau, especially for 2008, are things like not interested, being too busy, or not caring about the candidates or the issues. And those sound like cop-outs to me. I don't like those either. And I get it. So we really like talent competitions, and we're super good at voting in winners of American Idol and The Voice. But how do we translate that voter energy into voter engagement? Is this why we need a talent competition in our presidential elections? And so we have a decision to make, right, in November, just a few weeks. We can either waste our voting energy crowning the next American Idol winner who's just going to put out a record, or we could vote for a presidential candidate who has the opportunity and the power to create lasting change for our country and our communities. And if you're not voting for yourself, who's voting for you? Do you trust these people up here to carry on your interests and your values? Are they really going to vote with your best interests at heart? Do you really self-identify with Donald Trump? And if you're not engaging in the political discussions we're having, it's hard for the candidates to be held accountable to the issues that matter most. So young people, we have to put the pressure on the candidates, make sure they're talking about how to make college more affordable, how do we get reproductive health care for women in this country? And what about our voting history? From letting everyone, regardless of the color of their skin, to vote, to the women's suffrage movement of 1920, to young people getting out and protesting to get the voting age lowered to 21. And, in case you forgot, we're voting for local elections this November too. And voting locally is the best way to have your vote have the largest impact. Why wouldn't you want to be voting for local elected officials who can help make Boise and Idaho an even greater place to live? So, we're going to make some changes, and I want you all to get out your phones, take some notes, because I'm going to give you some tools that you need so that you can be an incredibly successful voter this election day. So we're going to get started first with some of the requirements. We got to go over the logistics. And there are 4 easy voter eligibility requirements. 1, you got to be 18 or older either on or before election day. 2, be a citizen of the U.S. 3, have lived in Idaho for at least 30 days. And I'm sorry if you're serving for a felony currently, you're disqualified. But the first step, you got to get registered. And don't worry if you're not registered yet. You can still get registered to vote on election day. You just want to make sure that you allocate a little bit of time as you go to the polls so that you can register before you vote. And just like the saying, early bird catches the worm, the same thing goes with voters. So you want to get out and you want to vote early. And you can do it 2 ways. 1, you can go to a designated polling place and go ahead and vote as early as tomorrow if you want. Or get an absentee ballot, vote at home while you're watching The Voice. And there's always good old election day, that's right, that's Tuesday, November 6th, just a few weeks out. Most of the polls will be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and you get style points if you gong them all the way to your voting booth. And you want to bring some things with you too, so make sure you have a photo ID, but if you don't have one, don't sweat it. You can sign what's called a personal identification affidavit, which helps you reaffirm your identity. And if you're new to this state, make sure that you bring proof of residency. You also want to know where your polling place is, so do a little bit of research ahead of time. Go to this website called idahovotes.gov, click the Where Do I Vote button, enter in your address, and in less than 10 seconds, you'll know the name of your polling place and how to get there. And there's nothing that sucks more than getting to the polls and thinking, who the heck am I going to vote for this year? So do some research and know who you want to cast your vote for. Did you know that there are 5 presidential candidates on the Idaho ballot this November? You have options, people. And so, we don't need to let politics fall further down the drain. And I certainly know that we don't need a talent competition to get people to vote. We just need to remember our incredible voting history and how important it is to exercise your right to vote. So don't forget, Election Day is Tuesday, November 6th. You want to get out, make sure that you're registered, you know where your polling place is, and you know what to bring with you, because nothing celebrates democracy more than people getting out and voting. So, last but not least, if you want to talk politics with me, it's what I do for a living. I love doing it. So you can find me on Facebook, or you can follow me on Twitter. I hope to see all of you on the polls on Election Day, and thank you so much for your time, and don't forget to get out and vote. Thank you.